Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Welcome to Global One Media Stocks to Watch, your chance to hear directly from the top executives of publicly listed companies. I'm your host, Michelle Martin. I'm very happy to welcome Julien Davy, CEO and president of Tarku Resources. They're an exploration company with an extensive portfolio made up of three separate components of gold, lithium, and silver. Tarku Resources is focused on new discoveries in Quebec and Arizona. They trade in Toronto on the TSXV as TKU, on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as 7TK, and in the US over the counter as TRKUF. Julien Davy, it's great to speak with you.
Hello, Michelle. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, your exploration projects, I understand, are extensive, and they include deposits of various minerals, gold, silver, lithium, and copper, amongst others. Today, I was hoping we could focus on gold, Julien. We know that it's held its value for centuries, very important in times of inflation as a hedge. Now, can you share your perspective on why you believe that gold will continue to maintain its value for a long time to come?
Gold, absolutely. It has captivated humanity for centuries, and it and for a multitude factors. As you know, Michelle, I'm a geologist as my main training, and I will then first say that it's the intrinsic quality of gold that make it fundamentally valuable. As you know, gold possesses unique physical and chemical properties that makes it highly desired. It is corrosion resistant, it is malleable, it has an excellent conductivity, which makes it irreplaceable in various industries. We talk about electronics, we talk about aerospace here, and these qualities ensure a consistent demand for gold, supporting its long-term value. So that's one aspect. But I will also say that gold has a limited supply, and the amount of new gold being discovered and mined each year is relatively limited. So this scarcity ensures that gold maintains its value over long term also. And we know that all those characteristics have made gold an ideal medium of exchange throughout history and will continue to do so in the future. That's why gold has been universally accepted, I would say, and it has consistently served as a store of wealth across different cultures and civilization. And as we know, gold has often served also as a safe haven, we could say, asset. And during times of economic instability like today, because of its ability again to return its value or its purchasing power over a long period. And we know that today in 2023, there are all kinds of financial tools that tries to replicate that safe haven aspect. But gold really acts as a edge against inflation, against currency fluctuation, against market volatility as today. So as government prints more and more money or economic uncertainties arise, the value of gold tends to rise and making it an attractive investment choice for preserving wealth.
I must say, it's so interesting to hear not only the historical perspective, but also the perspective from a geological perspective, from where you're sitting. Really fascinating to hear about the enduring use case for gold and the limited supply. Now, there's several ways to invest in gold. One is through direct ownership of the metal. Another is indirectly through gold exploration companies like yours, Tarku Resources. Can you explain the potential advantages that you see of this indirect investment approach?
That's a really good question and a subject that we are often discussing. I could summarize this and the answer by saying risk and rewards. There is a potential for significant upside when you invest in gold exploration company, because they are able to deliver a substantial return if they successfully find and develop new gold deposits. So investing in these gold companies, allows you to benefit from their success in discovering and developing new sources of gold, which can then lead to significant capital appreciation. Another aspect will be that investing in a gold exploration company provides diversification within the gold sector itself. It allows you to spread your risk across multiple projects and potentially benefit from discoveries in different regions or countries. This diversification can help mitigate also the risk associated with investing in a single gold project or directly owning physical gold itself. So we could also see that if the price of gold increases, gold exploration companies often have a leverage effect on gold price. You mentioned also earlier that Tarku has different projects with different minerals. And some gold exploration company also have additional, let's call them revenue streams from other minerals during exploration activities, such as silver, you mentioned copper, or any critical minerals these days. And that's the case for Tarku, and that can provide additional diversification and potentially enhance the profitability of the company itself. So it's important to note, though, that investing in gold exploration company also comes with risks. Exploration is a highly risk business, but highly reward also activity, because not all projects may be successful in finding economic or viable gold deposits. Therefore, a thorough due diligence and research are crucial before investing. But there must be a sentiment of confidence in the management team. That's important, but the reward is there.
I'm so glad that you have such a balanced take on the potential upside and the risks, though, that come with such investments. Appreciate that. I want to delve into Tarku's gold exploration projects, and I want to start with Quebec, Matagami. So I understand you have a project called the 3 A's. Can you tell us about that first A, the Apollo project? What is its current status, and what have you found so far, and what is its potential?
With pleasure. We completed last December 2022 a maiden drill program on our Apollo project, and I'm really happy to say that we have made a significant discovery on what we call intrusive related gold system, because we intersect several mineral long section up to 47 meter of gold-bearing material. So we know now that we are at the right place, at the right environment, associated with what we call pervasive potassium and albite alteration. So it's a major milestone for Tarku, where we have completed several years of systematic geophysical and geochemical surveys on the whole project that covers over 40 kilometers along the regional fault, which we know now is the Detour Lake Mine fault, which carries a lot of gold already. And we managed to make this discovery with very limited initial drill program. I strongly believe we've only scratched the surface of this gold-bearing system. It's a known deposit type in the Abitibi region along those regional structure. We also have neighbors that have made the same type of discovery. Just last June, they announced a significant discovery along the same structure further to the east. So we know now that the area carries a lot of gold, and it's just for us a question of time to do more exploration and to better define the traps where the gold is. So maybe you can feel but I'm really excited about to see how this will evolve moving forward.
Really amazing. Yeah, I can feel the excitement of this milestone of a discovery. Now, it's a 3A. That's what the project is named. We've covered the first A. What about the other two A's, Atlas and Admiral? Do you have some updates for us on those projects and the current outlook for them?
Yes, absolutely. Those projects belongs to, so as you mentioned, to what we call the 3As, just so one for Apollo, one for Atlas, and one for Admiral. So Apollo and Atlas are adjacent one to another on the east side of the Olga Lake, and the Admiral is on the other side, on the west side. Tarku owns 100% of all those projects, and it's a 140 square kilometer land package, and we control again 40 kilometer of the regional fault. So on the Admiral project, it's on the same regional structure on the west side of the Olga Lake, and we are adjacent to the massive Glencore Matagami project. So that's our last survey was in 2020, and we demonstrate that the structure follows on Admiral. If we look now on Atlas, on the other side, south of Apollo, our last survey also demonstrate that the contact between the volcanic rocks on the north and the sediment rocks on the south highlight the potential for what we call gold-rich VMS, volcanic massive sulfide deposits, which is similar to the Agnico Eagle La Ronde mine in the Abitibi area. So that contact responds really well with the type of service we are doing, the MAG survey. And these structural features usually allows us to generate easily new targets. So that will be our next step for Atlas. In 2017, we were the first mover in that area. We claim on open ground along the regional structure, and today there is no more available land, and we are witnessing more and more discoveries around us. So I believe it's a question of time to do more significant discovery.
And we'll check in with you regularly to find out about updates on that. I want to switch gears a little, Julien. I think it's also interesting for our viewers to hear about your project in Arizona, the USA. Although it's a silver project, a silver strike project, could you elaborate on its prospects for gold?
Yes, the Silver Strike project, so as you mentioned, is in southern Arizona. It's in a different exploration stage project. So we are in a situation where we encounter 32 million ounces of silver that have already been produced in the past. So for us, exploring this project is like scratching again the tip of the iceberg in that area. The mineralization system have already been proven, but it's at a very local scale, as everybody in the past were working on its own little claim. And today we gathered 32 square kilometer of land package, and we are working on building a regional scale project with today's understanding of the geology, with the modern techniques. This project has been working in the late 1800s and early 1900s, so a lot of understanding has evolved. We are talking about what we're calling a CRD type deposit, for carbonate replacement deposit. And we have recently completed a very precise MAG and radiometric survey over the whole project. And that first demonstrate that the geophysical signature of the historical part, now we understand it better, and that signature can be applied to the rest of the property. And that exercise outlined several really new anomalies further south of the historical area that have never received any exploration attention. So the next month will be really active with more ground mapping and sampling to prepare the second drill program on those new discovered areas.
So fascinating to hear about what you're doing in this favorable terrain, historically favorable terrain. Considering everything that we've touched today, Julien, what are your key messages you'd like to keep front of mind for your investors? And that would be interesting for Tarku Resources potential shareholders to keep front of mind as well.
So Tarku is a multiple mineral exploration company focused in safe jurisdictions as Quebec, as we mentioned, and in Arizona. And we were able, thanks to our project, to attract, let's say, sophisticated shareholder as Mr. Eric Sprott, but also shareholder that understand our exploration business. And that's for us. The best way to protect the interest of our shareholder is to have people that understands the business. Tarku has also a healthy capital structure. We are fortunate to have a tightly held structure of about 109 million shares outstanding. And as soon as we will be releasing the interesting exploration results, we believe that this tightly held structure will be a serious advantage for our shareholder.
It's been great to have an update on your 2023 exploration programs and to learn about your shareholder alignment as well. I've been speaking with Julien Davy, CEO and President of Tarku Resources. Julien, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Michelle. It was really interesting to talk to you today.